So you guys ready for the graduate or what? Yes. All right. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Elevated Addiction Services Department of Program Verification does hereby certify that Alexander M. has satisfactorily completed the Elevate program.
Kind of a surreal feeling to be up here after about 100 days and some change. I came in on August 24th. I think I got down from detox on the 29th, and the day before I came down, I thought I was going to the Tahoe program the whole time. They let me know, they're like, hey, you're going down to the Watsonville. And I was like, for sure, like I'll just do a 30-day program down there and it's gonna be great. And then I was talking to Sam, a past client, and he's like, no man, you're doing 90 for sure. And I was like, what you're talking about, you're ridiculous. And I went and talked with Jerry, I believe, the next day and talked to her, and she's like, yeah, you're doing the 90. I was like, word? For real? And I remember bargaining back then of like, I'll do 45. Like, that sounds reasonable to me. We'll split the difference. And I think I waited maybe a day and being like immersed in the community, and that's all it took for me to like buy in and be like, yeah, I'll do the 90. Like, this is worth it as far as the work you're willing to put in for staying sober. Like, it was an easy decision that became evident and clear to me almost right away. And a lot of that is you people, like the people in this community and that are in the program as well. There's something that each person kind of brings to this to make it what it is. It's a truly unique community that I don't think I've found anywhere else in my life. I've been a part of a lot of sports clubs, a lot of teams, organizations, and stuff like that. And I don't think I've ever found something truly as special as this. And I think it has to do with going through this process together. There's some things in life that are for everybody, and I think sobriety is one for everybody in these chairs right here, some of the chairs back there, and I think that's easy to attest to. So this isn't really going to be like a long emotional diatribe about my story, because the people that know it are sitting in this room and have experienced the last 90 days with me. This is more of like a thank you. It's a thank you to everybody sitting in these chairs, standing around us tonight, that we're fortunate enough we're here another day. We get to experience life and continue to live a life free from the chains of addiction. So I have a thank you for John Ragsack over there for always being appreciative of my facial hair, even when it was in some suspect scenarios. Michael S., a great mentor, was one of the first people to welcome me down. I think he threw me a pitch of a wiffle ball that ended up hitting Maureen in the head. But she handled it like a champ, like wasn't upset at all. It was a pretty good introduction, I'd say. Mitch, past client, great trainee, going to be an amazing staff member while he's here. He's one of the first people, and I remember like we had a really weird relationship right when we started, where we kind of like hated each other for the first week, which was super interesting because he ended up being one of like the best friends I've ever made in my life, and somebody who's really like a brother to me that I can look up to and go to if I ever need advice on something. He's a genuine guy who's always open and honest. He doesn't sugarcoat things. He's going to tell you the truth. Tommy and Dallas, two guys that were like older brothers to me, and have just kind of reignited the drive to better myself every day physically. And along with bettering yourself physically, which is a huge part of the program, CrossFit obviously, you become confident in your mental capability as well, because you see the growth, like the slow, gradual growth that you make during this rigorous program. And it's also good to like get out a lot of like the negative, tense energy you get through going through the blocks and everything like that, because we are dealing with a lot of heavy stuff. A lot of us have like pretty crazy pasts that we've experienced, and we carry it with us, so it's a good way to, while we're working through all that, exercise some of those demons, so to speak. Vitali, probably the best photographer I think I've ever seen. He's got great Halloween and costume ideas as well. Crispy B, great house dad. He came about a month ago, and it changed the dynamic of Fuchsia House completely and added an amazing element to it that I don't think I've really found. I think Miles put it, it's kind of like frat house vibe, but like in a cool, like sober way. Like a really great vibe to it. And that's Fuchsia House in general. All the guys sitting in the front row right now that have been with me for all, if not most of my program, supporting me through it. Brian, one of the people that I could say is like a brother to me. I remember meeting him and hanging out with him at first and being like, I wish this dude was my brother. Like, this is just such an amazing man who's capable of so much. Sage, one of the most honest people I think I've ever been around in my life, and is very comfortable with being who he is. He doesn't pretend to be anything he's not. And he's immense growth since he's came down here as well, and it's just inspiring to see you make such a positive change in your life. Miles, I haven't had that much time with you. I think it's 20, 30 days or something like that, but the level and depth of communication that we've been able to have in the short time we've had together has been really amazing, and I look forward to having a relationship outside of here for the remainder of our lives, I guess. Hopefully it goes for that long, but Dubs. I think everybody in here knows how great Dubs is and has seen the change that he's made in the time during his program. Remember when he first came in here and some of the stuff he'd say, like, this kid's ridiculous. This is wild. This is wild. And he still says some ridiculous stuff, but like we all do. But watching him change into this amazing young man who has, it seems like, a new desire and thirst for pursuing the things he wants to in life is really inspiring to see. And he's somebody that, while he's training here, is going to be a great example for future clients and clients right now. And then Russ. Russ is another guy who's been like a brother to me, and we kind of look alike too, so I think maybe it's just that. Clean shaven. He used to have like Colonel Sanders mustache, which is a little suspect. I think everybody saw it, but having him in the household kind of added this like really good dynamic of just humor and made the whole experience that much better. And he like really helped me with my quick draw time. I think it sounded like sub-second, which is super helpful for some reason. Jeff Roberts, I don't know where he is in the room. An amazing man is, I think, the best way to describe him. Anybody who's spent enough time around Jeff knows that he's going to get his message across, and you're probably not going to get a very good rebuttal against it, because his words are very well thought out, and when he says it, it sticks and it holds to you. Jen and Michael, amazing people who are amazing at their job. There's a lot when you deal and open up with things from your past that might be traumatizing or hurt. You're scared of what the response might be, but I don't think I've ever really been afraid to say stuff to you guys. It's simply just because of your character as people and what you bring to the table as counselors. It's something that's truly unique, and I don't want to like be all dramatic, but you save people's lives. And it's really inspiring, I think, for everybody in the room that goes through your guys' groups to see that, because it really, really does make a lot of change for the better. Scott's another person. He's my one-on-one who it's shocked me a lot of the parallels that we've had throughout our lives and similarities, and it's been really, really awesome to be able to learn from him as a mentor in some way, and having him impart a lot of wisdom and steps to take to bettering your life. Like, the guy doesn't sugarcoat things, and if he thinks you're bullshitting him away, he's going to call you on it, which is a good character trait to have in somebody that you look up to. Ross, a guy who just appreciates drinking with cups, and it's something that I can really admire in a person as well. Miles as well. I remember one of the first conversations I had with Miles in depth was doing Toxic People, and I was talking to him, and I kept talking, he didn't say anything. It was throwing me off. I was like, what's this guy gonna respond to me? And I realized he was probably just letting me ramble to see if I was bullshitting him, which I probably was a little bit at the time. It was still in those old behavior patterns, but as I've come to know more and our relationships expanded, he's one of the most genuine and unique people I think I've ever met. And I've been fortunate enough to have a few groups with him, and he's really, really an amazing person who thrives as a counselor. So I just want to end this, I guess, in general. It's a thank you to everybody in this room, the people I may not know who have come out to support loved ones, people who have come down from the Tahoe facility or have returning alumni to just be here to thank you guys, because it really does mean a lot. And Addiction, and Carl as well. I must forget Carl in that. Yeah, Carl, thanks for coming back for my graduation. I know it was just for me. Playing catch, really, really great times. But thank you to everybody in this room who's here tonight, because it really is inspiring and supportive just to have people here that care about you. The people in detox who are going to be coming down or going up to Tahoe, you need to work the program hard, and it's going to work for you. It's as simple as that, and we all deserve happy, sober lives. A lot of us have spent a lot of time during them just plagued by this thing called addiction, we all have power over it. We can all redo our lives and come back stronger and live lives that are worth living with the people that we love. So as a final send-off, here's to staying positive and testing negative.
Yeah.